Hi, my name is Ann Scott. I'm the Senior Director of Energy, Engineering, and Store Planning. Thank you for letting me share with you just some of the accomplishments that our team has had in 2020. Our energy philosophy has always been keep utilities on, affordable, and green. The energy operations team was able to support the openings at over 450 stores. Many of these utility account transfers were performed by our employees in lieu of a third party to meet tight timelines. Additionally, to provide better operational success, we moved over 1,000 stores' waste management from our traditional waste bill pay system to our waste management program. Despite the complexity, this transaction was flawless and has resulted in waste pickup being a success. So, we kept the energy on and waste picked up. So let me talk to you about how we kept it affordable. In 2020, we were under budget for utilities by $10.6 million. That's a huge savings. Major factors that contributed to this savings were competitively bid contracts and regulated rate reviews. These actions resulted in well over $1 million worth of savings. A new waste billing process implemented has resulted in almost $300,000 in savings, benefiting both our corporate and franchise stores. Additionally, the rebate team earned $750,000 on existing and new stores for energy efficiency rebates. So, we talked about energy being on and affordable. Now let's discuss how green it was. In case you haven't heard, I'm excited to share with you that the energy team met the SEI CO2 reduction goal 8 years ahead of schedule, reducing our carbon footprint by 25.8%. Now that you've heard what the energy team has been up to, let's talk about what our electric vehicle team is doing. In 2020, 7-Eleven won over 20 electric vehicle grants valued at more than $7 million. This allowed us to begin to build the future pipeline of EV projects. The last thing I'd like to celebrate is our store planning and engineering team. This team updated all 4 existing building and fuel prototypes. They also developed and issued the new 9350 Laredo Taco US building prototype and began work on the prototype of the future, Prototype 2.0. Throughout the year, the team also released 46 change requests, which communicated changes to the prototypes between drawing releases. And also, they managed over 900 peer reviews for construction drawings. Finally, I also want to let my team know how much I appreciate and celebrate you. Thank you all. Each and every one of you make a difference in our company's success. Thank you.
Happy New Year, development team. Very excited to spend the next 3 days with you. To say that 2020 was a challenging year is quite the understatement. But a lot of great things came out of it 2020 as well. I saw a large team, a large organization really pull together in some trying times and pull down some numbers and some results and working together in ways I just never saw possible in my career. Personally, in my team, I'm very excited for some of the accomplishments that my group were able to perform this year. Things like lease guarantees, coming up with new deal types, working with operations and franchising at the end of the year to do 3 business reviews, opening up hospital stores with the 2 or 3 weeks notice we could better serve the frontline workers in the pandemic. And more importantly, and I think what really stood out to me was how well the group worked together as a unit to try to really step up and help other departments, whether they were helping operations in doing QVs out in the field when others couldn't, or working on the finance committee to help franchisees through a very challenging time, all the way to helping with hiring practices and even out there helping construction install shields across stores during the weekends. Just amazing work. Very, very, very excited for the team, what they were able to do. I couldn't ask to be part of a better company, a better organization, and a better department. And even though the 2020 was so challenging at times, and so many things that have happened with the pandemic, civil unrest, just multiple things, a lot of great things that come out of 2022. And the work, this team, individuals, and what they did is just pure amazing. And I'm so proud to be part of this team. And for me, I had some personal things that happened as well, which is why I asked, had Isabella join me today for this message. Because she was born September 18th, 2020. Excited to spend the next 3 days with all of you, and I hope to have a great 2021. I know I will. This team just perseveres over everything. So very excited to see what we accomplish in 2021. Thanks for all you do.
I'd like to thank the entire existing store construction team for all your hard work and many achievements in 2020. This was a crazy year. We were all stretched to our limits, both personally and professionally. But it's in times like this that we grow. We find our resiliency, we find our perseverance, we form tight bonds with one another, and we deepen our friendships. And when we come together as a team, we can do anything. Your accomplishments this past year have been nothing short of extraordinary. Our Win Coffee team built systems and developed processes to complete 853 projects, saving $19,000 per store. Our strategic remodels team built their program from the ground up, completing 6 Lone Star remodels and positioning themselves for an additional 50 out the gate this year. Our franchise changeovers, store closures, and special projects team completed over 600 projects, while our acquisitions remodel team completed 427 projects in just 7 months. That is awesome. Awesome. I'm continually impressed by everybody on this team. I see your commitment, I see your hard work, and I recognize your contributions. I feel so blessed to be here with you. Thank you.
Here we are, 2021. Can you believe it? Celebrating all the amazing work that was done in 2020. January, February, and March, they were sure fun. I can remember sitting in a development summit in Nashville, Tennessee. 100 plus people shaking hands, hugs, lots of conversations. Nobody knew that in a month's time we'd all be struggling to buy toilet paper. We didn't foresee all the jurisdictional close downs that were going to happen. Commercial lending shut down, retail, commercial development basically stopping altogether. But this team persevered and they did it really well. So I'm going to just go through some numbers for some congratulatory talk about what an amazing job this team did throughout all of these issues. Over 560 new contracts executed. We were also able to do 1,825 amendments. Part of those amendments is going to help us save over $200 million in capital spend for 2021. There's 420 openings. 3 of those openings were flagship stores. Some of those deal approvals include 9 more flagship stores coming in the pipeline. 29 restaurant stores have opened, and we've added 245 more to the pipeline with a whole nother bag of additional that are being worked on. In the year of complexity, we also grew this team. And it's amazing to think about when so many others are cutting back, scaling back, don't know what to do. We're with the organization that is growing and actively supporting the growth. 22 real estate reps were added to the team this year. 5 real estate managers were either promoted or hired into the organization. 2 people got promotions to senior manager. 2 people got promotions to directors of field development. And we added a whole new role, a liaison between development, restaurant, and corporate enterprises. All the while, it seemed like the world was collapsing around us. We had to learn how to actually use Microsoft Teams, if our laptops had computers or cameras that worked, or if we needed to get a new camera. We had to stay in touch with one another on a different level. We had to do makeshift home offices. We also learned that some of the best meetings on video is actually what's going on in the background, whether it be a dog, a cat, a toddler that is frantically running from another parent that's trying to keep them quiet during a video call. And we also all had to probably relearn some level of math that we haven't touched in quite a while. Thank you, Common Core. And we had COVID hit us personally, not only in team members that had to deal with it themselves, but family, friends impacted, but we continued to persevere through an environment of one team, one action, with a common goal. And I'd like to thank the partners that really solidify and help working together as one team that made this all happen. Obviously, we work very closely with construction, franchising, store readiness, network planning, dev intel. There's countless others. And our external partners, I don't want to forget them. They were a huge help with us this year. I'm proud of this team. I'm proud of this development department. I'm proud of the leadership that we have in place that gives us these opportunities, both in the department and as the company. And I look forward to hopefully a little more boring of a 2021, but with some fantastic results as well. So happy New Year to you all. Thank you for an awesome year, and I look forward to talking to you on Wednesday.
Greetings, development team. I come live from one of our most recent remodels to share with you the great success story of the facility maintenance team in 2020. We were all faced with unprecedented events that easily could have been used as excuses not to achieve our goals last year. Instead, this team took a pandemic, multiple natural disasters, and even rioting across the country as an opportunity to showcase to the organization our commitment to the mission and vision we've set off to achieve. Looking back at last year, there are three critical areas that I want to highlight to really showcase what this team was able to do. First, our people. Not only were we able to double the amount of facility maintenance industry experts in the field in a commitment to taking back over control of our business, we also promoted 15 individuals to critical leadership positions in our commitment of putting our people first, because it's our people that are going to be the great differentiator between us and our competition. Second is our commitment to improving our customer misery index, better known as our WIG targets. When we look at 2020 versus 2019, we saw a 22% improvement on P1 compliance. P2 saw a 73% improvement, and fuel saw a 52% improvement. Again, unbelievable achievements in this critical area of our business. Last, but certainly not least, is our financial stewardship. Now, while we saw a 2.7% overspend on our actuals to budget for our expenses, this is actually a critical win to this department, given all of the additional unforeseen services we needed to execute in order to support our business and customers last year. In addition, our capital stewardship was an unbelievable achievement. We were able to reduce our capital outlay needs to keep our stores safe and functional by $52 million. Let me say that again. This team, through their commitment in the new guardrails, was able to achieve a $52 million reduction in capital outlay to keep our stores safe and functional. Unbelievable. So in closing, I want to thank the entire facility maintenance team, all of the support staff here in Dallas. Thank you for making 2020 the most successful year in this team's history. And here's to rocking out in 2021.
Hi, I'm Mike Nevin, the Senior Director of New Store and Fuel Construction, and I want to take a minute to thank my team for their outstanding contributions in 2020, and what a year it's been. We were dealing with unprecedented times in coming up with a program that we could try and execute against a background of a pandemic across the country. And I'm more than proud of the effort that the team put in to deal with all of these different concerns and restrictions and obstacles that were placed in front of them as we navigated the landscape of 2020. And in the end, against a reduced projection of 290 facilities, we were able to contribute 320 new facilities to our portfolio. It's a fantastic number, nearly 1 million square feet of retail space that we put together. And that's just hats off to the team for a fantastic year. Couldn't be prouder. And I wanted to thank you guys for the effort that you put in. In addition to that, we restructured, we changed up our batting order, so to speak. We put together a new lineup. We added about 30% of our team was new this year. Expanded a bit so that we can take on additional growth going forward. And I'm excited to see what our newly formed team can contribute. On the fuel side, nothing short of fantastic results there as well. The team on that end completed nearly 1,000 projects, individual projects, 960 some, at a total capital cost of over $100 million. Those projects were completed on time and within budget, and again, just very proud and want to thank that fuel team for dealing with the same sort of obstacles that were in front of the new store construction teams, jurisdictionally, contractor base. All of our tanks were at risk at one point as delays mounted due to impact on manufacturers and their areas and restrictions that even some of them were under as they tried to produce things for us. So I just really want to thank the entire extended development team for all the support and help. I want to thank my particular team for all their hard work, and just reiterate the fact that I'm thrilled to be a part of such a high-functioning, high-performing team. So thank you very much.
Hello everyone, I'm excited to have the opportunity to celebrate all the amazing work done this year within and around the entitlements team. As many of you know, the entitlements team is a new group that was formed in 2020. Building a team along with new or revised processes affecting both construction and real estate in the middle of a pandemic is no easy feat. The accomplishments this year is a true collaborative effort from many groups throughout the larger development organization. I want to thank everyone who supported the entitlements team in so many ways this year. I would like to quickly highlight 3 major accomplishments. First, we improved visibility to all new store projects by establishing project plan tracking in Smartsheets. To do this, we first built a template that could support all major milestones and key items required for tracking and reporting. Once we had a template, the team, with assistance from a few other volunteers, had to review leases and other legal documents such as extensions and amendments for well over 500 sites to populate each individual project plan. I'm happy to say that this effort has provided the organization with a clear and accurate picture of where each project stands in relation to our legal obligations. Second, with more robust project plans and accurate lease information, we have been able to develop several new reports designed to drive speed to market while reducing our legal and financial risk. For example, the larger development team was able to cut the size of 2 major reports in half during the second half of 2020, the overdue CPs report and the unopened sites paying rent report. Third, through our collaborative efforts inside the cross-functional working group established in August, and upon multiple other occasions throughout the year, we were able to implement several process improvements, such as a standardized meeting cadence for regional development and entitlements meetings, a revised site narrative, which consolidates multiple documents being used in various regions and provides a more consistent vehicle to communicate an individual site's history, risks, and must-haves, and the new due diligence completion stage gate, which provides a formalized approval process for all changes between DIL approval and when we receive our final permits. Again, thanks to all those who provided assistance and insight throughout the year. I look forward to our continued success in 2021.
Hey team, welcome to the 2021 Development Symposium. This year's been much better. As I was saying, welcome to the 2021 Development Symposium. Super excited that we're able to get the entire team together to talk about last year's results, this year's goals, and some key strategic initiatives that we have ahead of us. But first I want to say thank you to the Development Strategy and Support team. This was a challenging year and you delivered huge. Thank you very much. I made a list of all of our accomplishments. I'd like to go through a few of them. 1, our team structure and size changed dramatically. Thank you very much for trusting me as we went through these changes together. We're getting close to 10,000 stores and we have 2,000 other properties. Thank you for your support of all these locations. Robin and the property support coordinators. When everyone else was sent home, you kept going into the office to keep our processes moving forward. This year you processed over 11,000 documents. Members of the team throughout supported our franchisees through the COVID Command Center, through the Franchisee Financial Support Center, through pre-screening of applicants for our store employees, and through a deep review of our common area maintenance. This year had an increased focus on process improvement, communication, quality, and strategy. We have improved training programs. We had the Change Champions, Project Wallet, Open Strong, Stay Strong, and Town Planning. We supported our partners through expanded maintenance transformation areas. We launched system support for in-house maintenance. We doubled the portfolio of leases we were reviewing and helped support our tenants throughout this pandemic. We updated the underperforming scorecard to be motivating. We closed almost 100 negative cash flow stores. That was in addition to all of our planned closures. Thank you for supporting all of our capital initiatives, including over 500 new stores, Win Coffee, and other strategic programs. Our property management team resolved over 17,000 issues. And across the board, we had improved analytic support. Thank you to this team. Thank you for your contribution every day. I hope you're comfortable, because like I said, I have a big list, so let's get through it. Well, maybe we don't have time for the whole list, but let me say thank you to the entire team. I appreciate what you do for the development team and for Team 7-Eleven. I hope you have a great 2021.